Hey guys, it's Kevin again. This is going to be another movie review for you guys, and I am so happy I can finally review this movie. This movie that I've been slacking off on. It's a movie that I've been wanting to review for the longest time, and I don't know what my issue was. I just had not been reviewing it. I didn't put my review up. I kept saying I'll watch this at some point, but now that it's the end of the year, everybody has this on their top 10 lists. And when I saw this on people's top 10 lists, I'm like, I have to watch it. And I finally watched it, and that movie is Edge of Tomorrow. I have finally seen this movie, and I'm so happy I did. I was so looking forward to Edge of Tomorrow, and I wanted to see it in theaters. I wanted to see it. I don't know what kept happening, but I just didn't watch it, and I don't know why. I was planning on watching it a couple days ago. I didn't watch it. I don't know why. I kept slacking off on it, and I don't know what it was. But I am so happy that I finally watched Edge of Tomorrow because Edge of Tomorrow is an awesome movie. Awesome movie. This just blew John Wick out of the water. John Wick was my pick for the best action movie of the year. No, this is the best action movie of the year and probably most original as well. It's a very daring movie. It's a very original movie, and I'm going to talk about what I love about the movie so much. There's so many things I love about this movie. But let's first talk about the plot of Edge of Tomorrow, the central plot of it, which I think is honestly genius. It's a genius idea. Now, the idea of Edge of Tomorrow in Europe, basically, that takes place in the future. In Europe, or the entire world, pretty much, the entire world has pretty much been invaded by aliens, and they wiped out a bunch of, the human race and things like that. So, basically, a bunch of military troops, basically a bunch of military troops are trying to stop these aliens or are kind of in a war about it. And the main the main war soldier that we focus on is Cage. Is this guy Bill Cage? Now, Bill Cage, he is a very not so confident guy. He's kind of a coward. He's very cowardly. He's not really, up to do the war. He doesn't really know. He doesn't really want to fight in combat and things like that, and he even ends up getting himself arrested because he tries to turn America pretty much against the general and everything. He tries to turn the public against the general and everything, so he ends up getting himself arrested, and then he's taken to Heathrow, which is of course this new military, where all the troops are and things like that. But what ends up happening is while they are fighting, pretty much, while they are fighting in this disaster, he ends up killing these large aliens called mimics, but he's sprayed with its acid like blood, and he then wakes up back at Heathrow the next morning, and he basically realizes that he keeps reliving the same day over and over again, and he wants to find out what's going on, and he thinks, this is really weird and everything, until he meets up with Emily Blunt's character, who is the only other, Rita, who is the only other person this has ever happened to, and together they want to find out what's going on. Basically, they meet up with this doctor, and basically they want to find out how to stop the mimics, how to get them to stop reliving the same day over and over again. And that's basically the plot of Edge of Tomorrow. Now, I love the plot of Edge of Tomorrow because it's a very cool idea. I love the idea of anything that has to do with time travel, anything that has to do with living the same day over and over again. Now, that part of the movie, yes, it's not original. I've seen it many times. Groundhog Day, there's a movie called Christmas Do-Over that's done it. A lot of movies have done that. It's nothing new. It's not new for a movie to do. You relive the same day over and over again. But that's not what makes Edge of Tomorrow so original. It's the characters and the acting in this movie. Now, that's not the only thing I want to talk about this movie. That's not the only thing. But we first have to talk about the acting, because of course I talk about the acting first. Now, Tom Cruise in this movie, this is by far his big return. This is his big return to show that, yeah, he can still do awesome movies besides Mission Impossible 4. Because before, he can only do, like, Mission Impossible 4, and he really wasn't doing any, like, amazing movies. I heard Oblivion was okay. I've never seen it. I have it on Blu-ray. I don't know why I haven't seen it. But he was just so awesome in this movie. I loved his character in this movie. His character, as I said, is not very confident. He's not really, you know, he's not doesn't really want to be in this war against the aliens. He's very not very capable of it. He doesn't think he's capable of it. He's very weak and things like that. And it was very cool to see the journey his character went on. That's actually one of my favorite things about his character. He was also very, very funny. He had some very funny quotable lines and things like that. And I definitely really enjoyed that about his character. The trailers portrayed him as just another badass role for Tom Cruise, but no, that wasn't him at all. Because his character is very much very cowardly and very inexperienced, and it was really cool to see that happen. What I also like the movie does is Emily Blunt's character, Rita. She is much more experienced than him. And a lot of movies don't really do that. I think it's really cool they made the female lead the really badass one and made the actual lead, the male lead, the inexperienced one. I really like that because a lot of the movie is her training him and her kind of turning him into a man because he's not really a man when the movie starts. He's pretty much a man child. He's not really up to, as I said, he's not really up to fight in this war. He doesn't want to be with these casualties and things like that. It was really cool to see her train him. And another thing I like is that they don't fall in love. That's another thing I really like. This is not something where they end up falling in love. I really like that because a lot of movies do that, and this movie didn't do that. And I like that they didn't do that because that was something I thought the movie was going to do. And I like that they didn't do that at all because that was really cool, actually. And I think Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt, they both were really great in this movie. They both seem like they're having a lot of fun. And Emily Blunt, honestly, is one of the best actors working today. I've seen her in Into the Woods, and now I've seen her in this. And now I think she's one of the best actors working today. She's awesome. Bill Paxton in this movie was so funny. He honestly kind of reminded me of Full Metal Jacket. He really did. He reminded me of the character in Full Metal Jacket. He wasn't as rude or as crazy as that guy was, but he really much reminded me of him because of the way he reacted to Bill. I mean, every time Bill relives this day, he keeps telling the troops about, how he knows things. And it really makes you think, okay, if you were in his position, what would you think? You'd think he's crazy. And just his reactions to see him react to what Bill was saying was hilarious to watch. I thought he did a great job. He was actually very funny. And one of the things I didn't think this movie was going to do was have those little sprinkles of humor. And they played that stuff very, very well. I mean, things like him reliving the same day, yeah, it could have been very, very boring. It could have been, because again, there have been other movies that have done that. But this movie makes it fresh. This movie knows how to make it fresh. This movie knows how to make it work, and the movie made it work very, very well. And I thought they did it tremendously, honestly. Brendan Gleeson was great. All the other military troops were great. Really, everyone in the movie was terrific. There wasn't anyone that was giving a bad performance. The directing by Doug Liman is amazing. Amazing directing. He knew what kind of movie he wanted to make. He knew he wanted to make an original movie. Now, may I remind you guys, nobody saw this movie. This movie did not make a lot of money. And I think it's because of how original it was and because of the promotions and things like that. Because it made itself just look like a standard action movie. That's not what it is at all. And it really is about a character going on this journey. And I think the director just portrayed that perfectly. I thought the director did an amazing job, Doug Liman. Some of the best directing of the year. Definitely really loved his directing. He did a fantastic job directing this movie. Great directing. And I love, how he combined humor and action and drama. Really, this movie was fantastic with that. I thought they did a great job with that. Screenplay, this movie was great. As I said, I love the drama. I love the humor and things like that. Screenplay really kept you into the movie, and it definitely was very good. This is one of those movies where, when there's dialogue, it's very interesting, and you want to hear about the dialogue. And I really enjoyed it, and I definitely really loved the screenplay of this movie. Screenplay was awesome, and I loved the what the screenplay was trying to show. The score to this movie is also awesome. Love the score by Christopher Beck. He did an amazing job. Now, the cinematography in this movie, we have to talk about it. Cinematography is some of the best of the entire year. This is amazing cinematography. The mimics look awesome. The way the mimics look, they looked awesome. The action scenes were awesome. Any scene where they were fighting was awesome. The transitions where Bill would wake up and it would be another day was awesome as well. Just to see that was awesome to watch, and they did a great job with cinematography, some of the best of the year. The editing was also fantastic to this movie, and one of the things I love about this movie, a lot of action movies these days think they need to be very long to be a really awesome action movie. Michael Bay, for example, he thinks that long is better. He really does. But this movie, the director was like, no, 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 we are not going to make this movie long. We're going to make it short, and I like it because it's only 113 minutes, and that's all it needed to be. It didn't need to be any longer than what it was, and yes, it abruptly ends, but it was awesome to watch, and I love that it ended I love the way it ended, and I'll talk about the ending and things like that, but the editing was just fantastic. And now I'm going to talk about the way it ended and why I love the ending so much and things I loved about the movie, involving, as far as the spoilers go. So if you guys have not seen Edge Tomorrow, please watch it right now. Don't be like me and be like, I don't want to watch it. I don't know what I was thinking. Just watch it right now. It's amazing. It's one of the best movies of the year. Just watch it right now. I love it. Okay. So, of course, I love the way this movie ends, basically. I love that it ends with him. He doesn't even, he dies, of course. He does die, but then he doesn't just go back to, he doesn't just go back to the military base. He doesn't go back to Heathrow. He goes back to the day before, and I love showing that because if you think about it, really that was when all of this started. Was when he got arrested and things like that. And I love that he gets to change his fate pretty much there. And I love that they did that because it really shows how full circle he's come. When he arrived in the movie, he was very unconfident and, wasn't really into this idea. But now he is very experienced. He knows what he's doing. He's confident about himself. And I love the movie showed that. Really showed the journey that his character went on. The way the movie ended with just him laughing was awesome. And I really, really loved that. That was awesome to watch. And I thought they did a great job with ending the movie that way. And yeah, the movie just cuts off randomly, but I thought that was an awesome way to end it. And I definitely really, really enjoyed that. Thought that was awesome, and that was just such a great way to end the movie. It might honestly be one of my favorite endings of the year. It might just be. It was an awesome, awesome ending. I loved it. Now, the other thing, of course, I forgot to talk about are special effects. Obviously, as I said, the effects and the stunts are awesome. And Tom Cruise, of course, still does his own stunts. The man is 50 and he does his own stunts. And the stuff he has to do in this movie is crazy. And he still did an amazing job doing his own stunts. And I still want to know. He really wants to entertain the general audience, and he does a great job doing that. And one of the best things, one of the things you must do in an action movie is entertain your audience. And this movie knows how to entertain their audience so well, and they did a great job with doing that. And that's basically all I'm going to say about Edge of Tomorrow. Overall, guys, I love this movie. I think this movie is absolutely fantastic. I love everything about Edge of Tomorrow. I love the story. I love the characters. I loved everything about it. I love the original approach. I love that they did things very differently. And again, a lot of people did not really like this movie, and I think it's just because of the how original it was. And of course, the title ended up getting changed because of that, which is stupid. I can understand the title Live Die Repeat, but like still, like don't change the title. It's really dumb. But I highly recommend you guys check out this movie. And now, guys, I have two more movies to watch. I'm seeing two movies in theaters tomorrow. Those are gonna be the final two movies that I watch, and then I will make my top 10 list tomorrow. And this will definitely be on there because this was such a good movie. It is definitely, a lot of people said the most surprising movie of summer. It is definitely the most surprising movie of summer. It may honestly be the most surprising movie of the year. It may just be. It may just be that surprising. But that's basically my review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I love this movie. Hope you guys check it out. And I'll see you guys in my next video, which will be for another movie review. So I will see you guys for that. Okay, bye.